What is up, guys? Rick here, and we're going over the best class in Borderlands 2. Now, with the release of the Handsome Edition for next-gen consoles, a lot of new players, and also players who haven't played Borderlands 2 in a very long time, are coming back to the franchise and asking the question, what character should I pick? Now, we're going to answer that question in the video, but before I start, I just want to say that even if you completely ignore me, you're probably not going to be disappointed, and that's because all of the characters in the Borderlands 2 game are powerful, and there isn't really one that stands out as worse than all the rest. That being said, especially for new players, there is certainly ones that will give you an easier time, and that's why we're making this video. So, let's get started. Now, I want to go over my favorite character. This isn't the best character is coming after this, but this is my character that I most enjoyed through Borderlands 2, and that character is the Commando. Axton the Commando was my favorite character in the game because it exemplified what I love most about the Borderlands franchise, which is guns. A lot of guns. Borderlands, you gotta remember, was built on the one idea that, hey, we're gonna have a shit ton of guns, millions of guns, and that loot aspect drives the game. Now, of course, it has other benefits, a hilarious story, memorable characters, good gunfights, etc., but the main point of Borderlands is having a hell of a lot of guns. Now, this character, the Commando, really exemplifies that trait. The Commando has a ton of abilities in its skill tree that just make guns better. They increase the fire rate, increase the damage, etc., letting you get the most out of the guns you find in the game. Now, it's really disappointing with some of the other characters, like if you open a chest and you find an amazing purple shotgun that you can't use because maybe you're built for sniper rifles. That's disappointing, and that will never happen with the Commando. Any gun you find, you can equip right away and start wrecking face, and whatever gun you find is probably going to be better because of the skills of the Commando, increasing its damage, fire rate, magazine size, etc. Also, I love the simplicity of the Commando's special ability. You put down a turret that just shoots guys while you continue shooting guys. It's just fantastic, and again, it allows for massive gunplay and for you to enjoy the guns you find better than any other character, in my opinion. The Commando is also the class I would recommend to players just starting the Borderlands franchise with the Borderlands Handsome Edition. Now, there's a few reasons for that, but one is, like I've already mentioned, it simply exemplifies the loot aspect of the game. It makes finding loot extremely fun, and again, you can use anything you find, and that's an awesome addition for new players just starting the game who maybe don't want to be confined to classes that are maybe only good with snipers or only good with close range builds, etc. Also, the Commando really isn't very skill intensive. Heck, its special ability, putting down a turret, you just put down an automatic turret that does the work for you. And let me tell you, if you put missiles on it, holy crap, that thing does a lot of damage, especially in the very first playthrough of the campaign. The Commando's simplicity, its relationship with the loot aspects of the game, and the fact that it can extend into the absolute endgame content make it my favorite character in Borderlands 2. But what about the best character? Well, I would have to give the title of the best character in Borderlands 2 to the Gunzerker. Now, the reason I have to give the best character in the game to the Gunzerker is simply because it has so many different endgame classes and abilities. It is so built for the absolute level 72 overpower 8 endgame, and the beauty of it is the stuff you were doing in the first run through of the game is the stuff you're still doing at the absolute endgame content. Finding a gun that heals yourself and slags someone, there's a couple of different guns that do that in the game, and combining it with pretty much any powerful gun gives you a class that will last you through the entire game to, again, the absolute end point of the game, and it's just such a beautiful thing. A lot of the other characters require so many different specific class mods, even grenades, specific guns, all of that. But with the Gunzerker, you just need awesome stuff, and any amount of different awesome stuff to propel yourself into the endgame. For example, right now you're seeing me use the Grog Nozzle pistol. Now that is actually a quest item on a very simple quest. You get it as you're supposed to complete the quest. And the trick is, you just never complete the quest and then you always have the gun in your inventory. And again, it slags opponents, which makes my guns do double the damage to them, and it heals me. And I've combined it with any number of other just powerful guns that you can find along the way, along your progression in the game, and that's good enough. That's all you need to really mow through a lot of the game. Again, a lot of the other classes require very specific gear to make them good in the endgame content. Now, the thing it's important to remember is imagine the players who are just starting out with the Borderlands franchise, have nothing in Borderlands 2, and then you have to say, okay, go out and get the B shield, which is a legendary shield. You're gonna have to farm either the character that drops it or just farm for that B shield for hours, and it's gonna suck. Or, I mean, you could get it first try, but still, most players are gonna have to farm the hell out of the boss that drops it just to get it, just to complete the class they're trying to set up so they can be equipped for the end game. Again, with the Gunzerker, the one thing you need, which I mentioned, the Grog Nozzle, which is actually replaceable. There's a couple of other guns it can be, but for the Grog Nozzle, you just accept a quest and you get it. That's it. That's how easy it is, and that's why I think the Gunzerker is the best class. It's unbelievable simplicity that you can just accelerate into the endgame content doing the same shit you've been doing the whole game, and it doesn't require very specific legendary gear to function. Now, with specific legendary gear, you can have different builds of the Gunzerker that are even more powerful than what I'm saying, just running around with a Grog Nozzle and a powerful gun. Certain combinations of certain guns and weird aspects of how guns work with each other can make unbelievably powerful Gunzerker classes that I'm not even talking about. Again, why I think the Gunzerker is good is because I have two guns, one of them slags and heals me, that's all I need. I am good from the very start of the game to the end game with that idea, and that's why I love the Gunzerker. Now, the Gunzerker definitely does have a reliance on its gunzerking ability. It's actually not that great of a character unless you're gunzerking. But the awesome thing is you can upgrade the hell out of your gunzerking ability. You can have it so that it recharges before it's done, as long as you're killing enemies. And you can have it so that when you die, when you get downed, you can be gunzerking when you're downed. Also, many of the skills of the Gunzerker, just like I was mentioning with the Commando, accentuate guns. They make guns better. They make them shoot faster, do more damage, etc. They even make them recharge ammunition. Don't underestimate how awesome it is to have your guns recharge ammunition. That is extremely useful, and the Gunzerker is the only class that actually has class mods that allow for a constant ammunition regeneration. The Gunzerker's incredible ability allow it to be a fun and effective character from the very beginning of the campaign to the absolute endgame content. The non-reliance on very specific legendary gear makes this character, in my opinion, the best class in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you disagree with me, don't be afraid to make a case for your favorite character in the comments section below. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and as always, have a good day.